So, guys, hey, it's been a while.
Hey,
it has been a while.
It's been a while since we've done a podcast.
It's been, yes.
I think our last podcast was in April.
Seriously. Wait, but before I do that,
this is the Darkside Records and Gallery Podcast.
hey everybody, welcome to the Darkside Records and Gallery Podcast, episode. God, I don't even know.
Nine?
Nine? Is it 9?
9?
I was told that there's like a podcast milestones, which is if you hit 10, then you somehow gain some kind of podcast legitimacy. Anything under 10 is you're just some jag off with them.
So I've been wasting my fucking time.
No, we're trying to get to 10, man.
Okay.
We got one more to do. It's going to be our Black Friday one. It's going to be number 10, if we're doing our math right.
Yeah, we may be wrong.
Let's just call it 9 either way. Let's just Let's just say it's 9.
Elapsed. 9 elapsed.
Exactly.
Well, we did that one
Premium
before Record
content.
Store Day. That was that mini podcast. That can count, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
I think that was number 8. I think.
Okay, so we'll stick with 9. 9 sounds good.
9,
it's a good number.
It's a good number.
I like 9. It's like a good shape. It's like a strong number.
Goes well with 6.
So, welcome to the Darkside Records and Gallery Podcast. I'm JB.
I'm JJ.
I'm Berto.
So,
Wait, do I usually say JJ or do I say Justin? I'm not
You
sure.
should say Justin because that's how most
That's how
people
most
know
people
you.
know me, I suppose.
you know what? This shows how long it's been since we've done a podcast.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Holy shit.
I'm JJ now.
He doesn't remember his own name.
So, true story, 2 true stories, actually, that I'll start off this podcast with really quick, is I know how long it's been since we did a podcast because I actually got lost driving here. I totally fucking forgot how to get to your house.
That's weird.
And I turned down a wrong road, and then was like, I have no idea where I am and where I'm going.
Pleasant Valley is like that, man.
I know.
Careful, you could end up in South Carolina.
I was going to say, you're in a high crime neighborhood now. Murder jokes.
Topical humor.
For this week.
Current events.
And the second thing is that, so to record this podcast, just to give the listeners a little backstory and a little insight into what we do, but we have a multi-tracking console here, and we record directly to this laptop. And I don't know if you guys know, but I'm in a pretty famous band, and so we've been using the console to record band practices. But so I went today to go pick up the recorder, which is at our practice space, and our practice space is in a house. The only way to get to the practice space is to drive through the neighbor's driveway, go around the house, and get there. And when I pulled up on the street, my neighbor was there having a children's Halloween party with apparently several adults, but just 20 kids running around. And I had this really awkward moment where I pulled up in my car, and then I'm sitting in my car, and I'm like, should I go through this children's Halloween party? Because that's pretty fucking weird.
I just hope you took your ski mask off.
And basically, there was this moment where I was debating it in the car, and then I realized I'm sitting just outside the driveway in a car outside of a children's party, and I was like, now it's just weird. I have to go through with it now. I have to go in. So I, get out of my car and I walk through, and it's just this moment where I'm walking through and I'm being very polite, and I'm looking for the neighbor who I know. And I don't see him or his wife anywhere. And so I'm just there's all these strangers, and I'm just waving. I'm like, hello, how's it going?
Hi.
And every single one of them is just glaring at me. And I'm like, I'm not interested in your party or your kids. I just need to go over there. I'm not. This is really awkward. And then the more awkward part is that I had to walk back through the party 10 minutes later with a black duffel bag filled with things. You could fit a dog in there, a good size. You could definitely fit at least 2 nippers in there.
I could fit 3.
Look, depending on how much prep time you have, I'm sure we could play dog Tetris if you really want to.
I love dogs.
I think we're going to have to force you to have your child stop touching the microphone.
I don't. You think that you can do that?
Harper. So we'll just go ahead and just cut
really
JJ out of the audio here. And
So, yeah, JJ is taking his microphone away while he manages his offspring here. But, so it's been quite a bit since we've done a podcast together.
It has.
Which I guess is really the overarching theme of this podcast.
Reunions. New beginnings.
Aw.
Friendship.
That's the theme of every podcast we do.
Also, things we learned from porn.
That'll be the outtake podcast. Well, I have been talking for a while that we should do other podcasts. We could do one that's
True. We never got to do Dorkside. Like,
yeah, exactly.
we need to do that.
We could do Darkside, and we could do one that's just things we learned from porn.
It's true. Yeah. Which would probably mean we can write off porn as research and business expenses.
Oh, brilliant! That's how you win at life, right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Accountants are going to be like, why is there $1,000 spent on Mr. Skin for a month?
Hey,
I'm like, hey, man, research.
come on,
Research.
Yeah.
I know you listen because I know you subscribe.
So, listeners, remember to submit your questions for things we learned in porn.
Yeah, we'll be like the Dr. Phil podcasts.
We should have a
With no
hashtag
basis in
for
medical
question
history.
submissions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, send your questions via Twitter to our Twitter account, which is Darkside Records with a Z at the end.
Z for you foreigners.
Indeed.
Because we were really into 90s new metal when we created that Twitter handle. Darkside Records with a Z, and you can use the hashtag Darkside Podcast.
Good. Yeah, no.
Send us your questions.
To clarify, are they asking questions about porn or just general knowledge?
I'll say just anything, whatever you want to talk about. You want to ask us questions? You want to comment on our podcast? You want to tell us what you think? That's how to do it.
If you want to ask a porn question, you should use the hashtag DarksidePorncast.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Good. That's
Yes.
so good. I really hope that doesn't exist as a thing already. That's some really disturbing.
I mean, it might, but hold on.
Could you search that really quick
I'm
before
going
we
right
go
now.
any further? Let's check that hashtag. I don't want to open a door that we can't close here.
Agreed. Stand by. Darkside Porncast. 0 results.
Yes. Okay, good.
That'll change soon. I'm about to tweet about it.
Also, Hell in a Cell is trending for all your wrestling fans.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, it's this guy over here and the guy in the hat.
Uh-huh. Is it Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker?
Did Brock Lesnar wear a hat?
No, that would be The Undertaker. Unless it's a fedora.
It is a fedora.
So stupid. That's obviously Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Duh.
Fuck you, nerd.
How about that Nerdcast?
Dorkside.
Dorkside, yeah.
This is basically what Dorkside is going to be. Us
My
fighting.
nerdy things are better than your nerdy things.
Fucking nerd.
Magic's better than Pokemon.
I'm all Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know why? It's because you're in a different generation than me. I grew up Magic. I'm going to be Magic till.
I don't actually know how to play Magic.
I did have Pogs.
Actually, Jay, this is a funny story about my grandmother that you'll appreciate because you knew my grandmother.
She tried to kill me.
She did that one time. But
Grandmother or the baby?
the grandmother tried to kill us one time.
There's a baby on the podcast for anyone who hasn't picked up on that.
Yeah, well, she'll probably try and kill him someday too.
It's true.
But anyway, so when I was a kid in like elementary school, Magic was a thing. You know,
Elementary
friend-
school Magic was a thing? When did Magic start?
mid '90s, I think.
Well, I guess if you were in... so...
There's an imposter in the man cave. Listen,
Which one?
please do. Anyway, so I was I was trying to get into Magic. My friends were all playing Magic, and
You were trying to get in Magic?
I didn't have any cards.
You couldn't
I
get in?
didn't have any cards. I didn't know how to play. And
didn't know the password.
my friend was like, "Okay, get some Magic cards, and like I'll teach you, because I'm a good friend, and I will teach you."
Get some mana.
Yeah,
Gotta start with
I needed
some
mana. Anyway, so I put on my birthday list Magic cards, and my grandmother, rest her soul, gave me a giant magician set of Magic cards, and I was eternally disappointed.
Did you get the rings? You know that you
I got the rings. I got the bendy wand that like links apart,
turns into flowers.
and but you know what I didn't get? Magic the Gathering
No
cards.
mana.
Wait, really quick. Do you still have that Magic set?
I don't.
You should fucking find it and bring it in.
Your grandmother is upset right now.
Fucked up. That's fucked up. Anyways, she's dead. So
Wait, this is entirely inappropriate, but was she a Holocaust survivor? Wasn't there something about the Holocaust?
no. Her parents were in camps.
But she was born post-camp.
No, she was born pre. She was born. You know, she was a kid during World War II, and or maybe like young teenager. And her father was like a politician, like a Jewish politician, and figured out what was going on, and was like instrumental in trying to like tell his friends and like get out of the country, like go away. And apparently one day he called home from his office and told his wife to grab my grandmother, pack a bag, and go to Switzerland. And like the SS apparently kicked down their door like a week later, like looking for him. But she met my grandfather in Switzerland. They got married and came to the U.S. The parents stayed and ended up in camps at one point. Wow. But she actually petitioned, like found out they were in camps, tracked them down to their separate camps, and like petitioned the mayor's office in New York City up through like Congress and stuff like that to get them out of the camps and like brought to the U.S. as political something or other.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
Wow.
I didn't know
she like worked hard because she was like 22 years old and was like talking to like congressmen and being like, get my parents out of these fucking camps.
I didn't know you could petition the Nazis.
No, they were petitioning the U.S.
I believe they were in Vichy,
Well,
France.
to
I think
go
they were
in.
held in France.
Okay, well, still, but just like...
I mean, same shithole, slightly better food.
Like now or at the time?
I mean...
Because, I mean...
Well, I like German food, don't get me wrong. But...
Berto, I hope you run for public office one day. And I'm going to save all of these. And I'm just going to drop them one day. It's going to be on WikiLeaks.
On the upside, I could never be president because I wasn't born in the U.S. So,
Well, you and Ted Cruz.
sad story. I could totally take Speaker of the House. Or maybe not because it's in the line of succession. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that
It's a
either.
good...
Can we get a history professor as a caller?
Yeah, can we get a history professor or like constitutional scholar?
You're going to have to call one, I think.
Who knows Doris Kearns Goodwin?
I think my dad met her one time.
Really?
Yeah, not positive.
Well, tell her to get her number. Not for that reason.
Tell her to call me.
I know they're of similar age, I think.
I mean, no, he knows David McCullough.
Ah.
He knows McCullough.
No,
What
I'm
the
out.
fuck are you talking about right now?
My father.
Okay.
Knowing David McCullough.
Who's David McCullough?
Presidential historian.
And general historian. Wrote a lot of biographies.
I stand corrected.
Goddamn right you do.
All right.
You don't fuck with McCullough.
You don't take no shit. So it's been a while since we've done a podcast. As you can tell, the tangents are... I think the longer the
Still
tangent
real.
implies the longer the amount of time that we have that go between the podcasts.
Oh, we got a Twitter.
You know,
We got a tweet already?
We got a tweet.
What did the tweet say?
Let me read it. It says from @PulpSushi says, podcast or porncast? I just want to know what to expect.
both Pulp Sushi
You're going to find
Both.
out, Pulp Sushi.
and also some Holocaust history.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave that
Transitions
part out.
immediately into terrible humor in literally seconds.
you know what it is? You're going to get porn, you're going to get laughs, and you're going to learn.
That's right. For
Which is-
example, JB just learned who David McCullough is.
There, see? Exactly.
I'm going to hashtag David McCullough.
Does he tweet?
Perfect.
Do you think he tweets?
He's
Look
got
for him.
to. He's got to.
Can I go @David McCullough?
Yeah, check for David McCullough.
How do you spell McCullough properly?
You know then he's going to listen to this, and he's going to hate us forever.
OUGH? You sure? Not OCH? I'll just hashtag him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably safer. Because, I mean, let's face it, no one's hashtagging David McCullough.
Can I get a proper spelling then?
Hold on, I'll look it up. M, little c, big C, U, L, L, O, U, G, H. Fuck you for doubting my spelling. I know my McCullough knowledge.
Well done. You had to Google his name to figure out how to spell it, but, you know.
No, I knew. I just wanted confirmation. Okay.
Now I'm going to click on the hashtag David McCullough.
You're learning a lot. There's really varied amounts of information that come out on this podcast.
There are a lot of David McCullough tweets.
Wow, that surprises me.
Hashtags or tweets?
Hashtags about David McCullough mentioning him.
In good or bad ways?
Usually about things he's up to.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had such an online presence.
Yeah, he actually, just the other day, somebody tweeted about he's got a new book out about the Wright brothers.
Oh.
Oh, I saw that in the store. I didn't buy it.
First in flight. Stunning endorsement from here.
I have other books of his I need to get through first. I need to read Truman.
Anyway, so it's been a while since we've done a podcast, and part of the reason we're doing this is because we have many, many things to talk about as far as Darkside Record goes.
Wait, are we supposed to talk about things other than David McCullough tonight?
Well, we have currently about 87 minutes of recorded talk about David McCullough. So we're going to cut that into one podcast. And then this will be the new things happening at Darkside Podcast.
Okay, that's fair. I can be on board with that.
For those of you who have been in the store, for those of you who have been on the internet, for those of you who have followed us on social media, this is not news for you. However, for the podcast world and everyone else involved, we're happy to announce. You guys want to say it, or do you want me to say it?
I'll say it.
You say it. It'll sound better coming out of you.
We're moving!
We're moving!
We're moving!
We're moving.
We're moving!
Moving.
Moving.
Is it offensive to do a mentally disabled person's voice?
Yes, of course it is.
Even if I...
Moving.
Okay.
Why couldn't you have just been a horse with an accent?
Can we,
I could have
we
been a
move
horse.
on?
Okay.
So, Berto, I heard you were trying to sell Comanche. No more tangents, so we're moving.
Back to real news about the store. Berto has abandoned Comanche.
Okay, no. Fuck you. I'm not abandoning him.
Abandoning.
Not abandoning.
Unbelievable.
The way you're saying it seems like you're actively abandoning him right now. Not just you didn't just sever ties.
No.
Is there a horse Craigslist?
Well, it's called Craigslist. You can sell horses on Craigslist.
You can sell
Seems
horses
wrong.
on Craigslist? That's fucking
Yeah,
weird.
dude. You can sell anything on Craigslist. From pussy to pot to horses.
I don't think you could sell pussy or pot on Craigslist.
No, not anymore. They got that thing off there.
I didn't know there were things on there.
I know all about these things. But anyway, you can sell a horse on Craigslist. I don't, but there are like horse sites where you can buy and sell horses.
Maybe that's why you haven't sold Comanche yet.
Horseshit.com?
No. Reputable sites like mydreamhorse.com.
Equestrianshit.com? My little...
Ironically, some girl who did look at Comanche was like 15 years old, but he was not the right horse for her.
MyLittlePony.com?
She was not a confident rider.
TheGlueFactory.com. It's a very different website. It's something else entirely.
Elmer's Corporation?
Yeah.
No, they usually buy, not sell.
Well, yeah, you're selling. I'm trying to give you tips here. If
Yeah,
you're
man, come on.
going to abandon a life companion,
First of all, I'm not abandoning him.
out to pasture.com.
FarmersOnly.com.
BruisedScrotum.com.
What?
Bouncing on the horse.
Right.
It actually doesn't have that much. Never mind.
It's very different than the BruisedScrotum.com that I look at. That's a very different site.
I think he's thinking of .org.
Oh, right. Sorry, my fault.
So we're moving to a new store.
With horsepower.
Can you bring Comanche
To the grand opening?
The grand opening. Can we do pony rides in the parking lot?
So let me call our insurance agent, get her as a caller.
I don't think Comanche's really a pony ride kind of horse.
What kind of horse is Comanche?
Easily spooked.
He gets a little jumpy sometimes. He's taken off me a few times, but not good
He's
with
taken
children.
off you?
Off on me, like he jumps and I'm on him, and he just fucking takes off. You gotta rein him in, literally.
And you're still there, and he keeps going. Or?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is to still be there. I mean, sometimes you fall off.
I
He's
fell off a
dumped me
pony
couple
once.
times.
A big pony.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You told me.
Named
that story.
Sugar. And he stepped on my ankle.
Aw.
I had a big bruise.
Aw.
So that's why you're so anti-horse.
I'm not anti-horse. I just,
I knew a girl in high school who fell off of a horse, and the horse stepped on her face.
Oh.
And we made fun of her for that, and I feel really bad about that now.
Say, have her.
So this is your confession
I'm
right now.
really-
Your horse
I'm-
confession.
Well, we've got Julie on the line.
So I will say, I'm not going to say her name on the podcast, but I'm sorry that I feel bad about making fun of you.
Horse shit.
.com. You can now buy that horse.
Now that horse is well turned into glue now.
So we're moving.
We have a new location, significantly larger than our current store. It's about 3 times the size.
But fear not. We're not going far. We're not leaving Poughkeepsie. We're really not even leaving the neighborhood. We're only going half a mile from where we are right now. And that's half a mile east for you directional fans out there.
That'll be 611 Duchess Turnpike?
611 Duchess Turnpike, the former...
Also known as Route 44.
Yeah, Route 44. The former OTB building. Mm-hmm. And we've scrubbed the scent of failed marriages and...
Oh, God.
Desperation and sadness from the place.
It's all gone. It's a new hope.
It's going to be a whole new kind of desperation and sadness in there.
It's a Star Wars reference.
But it's going to be awesome. We have plans to put in a stage.
Yeah, in the back of the store, we're going to have a nice big stage. So we
Do
can
some more events and
proper
all sorts of
in-stores.
cool stuff. Mm-hmm. There's been talk of bringing back open mic night.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
One thing I really want to get off the ground, I want Darkside speed dating to happen.
Ooh.
You've had this idea for some time now.
I originally got it from JB, and I think it's a brilliant idea. The first day of Darkside's existence, JB came to the store and said that we should do a speed dating event. And I didn't really think about that for a couple of years, and then I did.
Because, I mean, at the point we all knew that JD was just a douchebag.
I didn't know who he was. He was just a guy saying I should do speed dating in a brand new store.
Oh, see, you know what I did? I planted that seed. See? And 5 years later, it germinated.
Just a little bit of a zygote of an idea. Now here we are.
We're going to be organizing all kinds of live events, live music, in stores, just all kinds of fun things for you guys to come in.
And us.
And us.
Yeah, we want to have fun too.
Yeah, because if you're there without us, we will press charges.
What else do we have? So in this new space, there's going to be... We're going to have...
Well, it's just basically a general expansion. Because if you've been in the store recently and say you're looking for a movie, you're crawling. I'm sorry, you're crawling on your hands and knees. It's cramped. There's cassettes on the floor. There's movies on the floor. We had to move the entire country CD section to a drawer, system under the bins. And they work, but it's harder to browse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse in the new store.
That's right.
So we're going to have a new expanded sales floor.
New expanded sales floor. Everything that's been literally on the floor in the current store is coming up.
Yeah, so no longer...
Proper racks, proper displays.
Yeah, you don't need to crawl around to check out our movies. Most people don't even realize we have movies because they're not at eye level.
Just for our listeners, we have movies.
We do have movies.
Just so you guys know.
A lot of movies, actually. I would say, I'm willing to say that there's probably over 1,000 DVDs, used DVDs in our store.
Mm-hmm. And Blu-rays.
Good selection
and
of Blu-rays
too, yeah.
Yeah.
And cassettes. We've got probably a couple thousand cassettes that are going to be browsable and organized by genre.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have an expanded... I don't know what you want to call it, a turntable room?
We kind of keep referring it to as the turntable room.
Yeah.
But we're going to have this whole separate room just for new turntables, which will all be available for you to demo.
Okay, listen.
That was a cat.
Your creatures are causing audio distortion tonight. And I also include your daughter in that statement of creatures.
We're going to have...
Incoming on your right.
We're going to have our used equipment in there for everybody to check out on display, because right now that's also sort of on the floor and you can't really see it.
Yeah, but basically just a cool room full of equipment for all you audiophiles and people looking for new turntables or upgrading turntables.
We're going to have headphones in there, and we're going to expand our line of headphones from what we're currently carrying.
There's going to be a designated counter where you can bring in your used items to sell, because right now everything's clogged up at the front counter. I don't know if you've ever been there when...
I hope you've been there. I hope you're just not blindly listening.
If you've been there while trying to check out while someone's bringing in used,
it gets a little tight.
It gets tight. There's a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm. All the turntables that will be there, we will have display models, so you can actually get in there, touch them, see them,
hear them,
listen to them.
They're all going to be hooked up, and
if your children touch them, you'll be asked to leave. I just instituted that policy.
You keep shutting down the flow of the conversation here.
Okay, listen, I have bylaws I'm instituting.
We're going to expanding some of our non-music merch. Like we're going to have more T-shirts and more incense and other things.
Which I'm excited about. We have a great curator for all things non-music, and I'm looking forward to that expansion, actually.
Yeah.
That's me sucking up. See what I did there?
I saw what you did there.
Yeah,
I liked. Yeah, that was nice.
There's going to be a section just for children. We're going to have some children's onesies and records and...
Can we make a section of nerdy, non-music related things and just call that section Dorkside?
Well, yeah, why not?
We'll just tie that into
Boom.
the section that I'll curate. You can help me, JB.
Done. We'll get some graphic novels in there.
Ooh.
Berto.
Okay, yeah.
See? Beanbags, all fucking smelly nerds will be sitting in there.
Okay,
just
no.
reading nonstop.
Nope, we're vetoing
They
that.
won't leave
And
ever.
in fact, they won't be allowed
They won't
in
pay
if they're
for
wearing
anything?
sweatpants.
Can I tell you that I got into an argument this week with someone about my stance, which is that sweatpants should not be worn in public.
Yeah,
I agree.
I 100%. I
100%
barely
agree.
think they should be worn at home.
And I realize that in me saying that, I realize that we've lost the leggings are not pants battle. That's
that's long gone.
We have just straight up completely lost that one. But sweatpants, I'm fighting hard on sweatpants.
And
Yeah.
I've been a proponent of
Not
that
even for
since
the gym.
college. Like, the gym, I don't know.
No, man,
I don't know.
gym shorts at the gym. Come on.
In the winter?
You wear
Yeah.
sweatpants to the gym?
You
I
change,
wear them
that's
over
why
my
gyms
gym
have locker
shorts.
rooms.
No, no, and I'd set them off.
You go into the gym in your pants, you go into the locker room, you change into shorts, you work out. You shower, you give a guy a blowjob, you put your pants back on, you leave.
I put my pants on before the blowjob. But
Really?
it's just me.
But they get messy.
I read a kind of a clickbait headline earlier that someone died in like a cryogenic thing at a gym.
Carbonite?
No, I guess some gyms have these things where like it's like this almost like a cryogenic chamber that you go
hyperbaric
in.
chamber?
I can't remember what they called it, but
Yeah.
it's like negative 240 degrees, and you're supposed to go in for no more than 3 minutes. And it was like the manager of this place who went in alone, and it didn't open or something, and she was in there for up to 10 hours, and obviously she's dead.
Whoa.
So you're saying, contrary to what Austin Powers told us, cryo-freezing is still not up to where we would like it to be to preserve life?
I mean, Walt Disney's brain is frozen.
No. The freezing, we've got that. It's the
bringing back.
reanimating
Yeah,
afterwards.
okay.
That's the problem. Freezing, we're good.
But I feel like at that temperature, 3 minutes is still going to kill you, or at least
That's
significantly
right.
fuck you up.
I think the idea, it said something about like not
Leonardo
drinking water
DiCaprio
or
froze in the Titanic in minutes.
Look.
No, I think they portrayed it to be like an hour.
Yeah, because, I mean, think about these
maybe.
people who do the polar plunges. Like,
Yeah,
they
true.
jump in the Hudson River in the middle of winter wearing nothing, and they're in there for, I don't know, 3 minutes, and then they're out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe 3 minutes is okay. But also,
we have a
he
scientist
quoted
we
a
can call?
temperature that's at like negative 200 degrees. That's excessive.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
I think it said Fahrenheit.
Or Kelvin.
So no Kelvin.
Okay.
This is America.
This is a gym, not a science lab.
Do we have a scientist we can call to verify any of these facts?
Scott Beardface.
Scott Beardface?
He's the closest to science that I know.
I think we're belittling him by not calling him a real scientist.
If you listen to this, Scott Beardface, can you verify this on Twitter for us and just tag us? Hashtag
Darkside Porncast.
Darkside Porkcast. That'll be our food podcast.
Darkside Sciences.
Dark Science.
Darkside Academy for the Sciences.
Ooh.
We could get a grant.
Ooh.
Start issuing
See?
scholarships.
Yeah.
I don't know how Scott Beardface answering us on Twitter is going to get us a grant.
I don't know either. No, I said if we change our name to Academy of the Sciences, we could start doing shit.
I don't want to fill out a FAFSA or anything.
Yeah. I'm too
no,
lazy.
That's true.
All right. Fuck it.
Moving on. Let's go back to porn.
So we're going to have a new location. We're really excited.
Well, in addition to just all the other stuff and things that are coming up, we're going to have more room for vinyl. Mm-hmm. We're going to have more room for CDs. I don't know if you noticed, but our CD sections are very tight right now.
One of our part-timers injured themselves putting CDs away the other day due to its tightness. True story.
I'm going to leave that joke alone.
I mocked her.
So we're going to have a lot more to share with you guys. Currently, we're in the process of we're painting the walls.
We're just about done-ish painting the walls. Mm-hmm. And after that, we're going to paint the floor because we have a nice concrete floor that we're going to seal up all nice. And then it's on to fixture building. We need to build a new front counter. Yep. And we need to build more vinyl racks. And we need to build racks for DVDs and cassettes and 45s.
And to your credit, JJ, you built all those LP fixtures. You designed and built them, the ones that we have in the store currently.
Yeah, pretty much everything in the store was built by me, except for the CD racks. Those we buy.
You did good.
True.
You just winked into the microphone. I don't know if that came across. On the
It was
podcast.
It did. I mean, we're going to take a moment of silence so
Like
he
a
can
clip.
masturbate his ego.
Oh, Aaron's saying that we're going to build a stage. That's going to be a custom-built job.
I think we're well over that. That was
I think
minutes
she was
ago.
referring to the fact things that we need to build.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
on
see.
the list.
All right, start that back
Now
over.
this is just a to-do list.
Yeah. And if you follow us on social media, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you can see pictures of the updates. You can see things as they're happening.
I'll post one right now.
Oh,
I've got a nice green walls pic I've been holding on to.
ooh! And when we're done, we are going to have an official grand opening party. We're going to have a grand opening celebration. We'll let you guys know the official date of that, but we're excited.
Yeah, we are excited.
Woo!
Woo!
Yay, excitement.
And then coming up shortly after we will be open is Black Friday.
Yeah. Record Store Day, Black Friday.
Exactly. For those of you who are familiar with what we do on each Black Friday, it is the second...
Mini Record Store Day of the year.
Exactly. Which we'll do a podcast before we get to that. It'll be exclusive releases. We'll have all kinds of information. That'll be in the next podcast. That'll be out.
Oh, the usual shit.
We'll talk what we're excited about.
Oh, man. Maybe we can record from the new store.
Yeah, I think next
There
time
will be a
we'd like
space.
to do that.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. We're going to have actual audio production on these things. This is going to be good. The microphones.
We don't have microphones right now?
Maybe something better than your Skull Candy headphones,
God, please.
but probably not.
Yeah, I know. So I'm glad we're doing this again. I missed.
Yeah,
the
this has been
podcast.
fun.
Exactly.
What do we talk about?
Are we done? we talk about porn.
I'm not saying we're done.
Recap. Porncast.
My grandmother,
Your grandmother, Holocaust
Holocaust.
survivor.
David McCullough.
David McCullough, horses, and where to sell them and buy them.
Gluefactory.com.
Glueforyou.com. PasteNotWaste.com.
Oh.
MasticBombastic.com. Okay, I'm done.
I don't know.
That last one.
What?
Mastic is,
Jump the shark.
yeah.
New store.
New store. Yeah, that was probably the
That's the real topic for this.
yeah.
thing.
That's why we spent the most time on it.
Sadly, the one topic we had, we spent the least amount of time. Talk about everything else possible. Speaking of which, if we ever do a Dorkside podcast, if we do it before Star Wars comes out, I sadly think I spoiled the new Star Wars movie for myself.
What?
I think I figured out what the twist is going to be in the story. I don't want to say what it is.
Oh my god! Like I'm like so torn. Like, do I demand that you tell me?
don't wanna know
because I want to debate it with you.
Because
or do I not want to know? Because then I'll beat the shit out of you.
And if I'm right, then I've ruined all the anticipation.
Okay. Without giving anything away, if you're right, is it good?
Good is very subjective. If I'm right, I guess if I'm right, then I'm just right. It doesn't really change anything. It only me. Then I'm going to be in the theater and I'm just going, yep, see? Told you. Well, I didn't tell anyone. I'll just say that to myself. I'll just quietly in my head go, see? Told you. Figured you out, George Lucas and or J.J. Abrams and or Disney. Does George Lucas still have the merchandising rights to the Star Wars stuff? Or did he give that up as well when he sold it to Disney?
I don't know. It's a good question. We should tweet at him. Like, hey, George.
JJ, tweet at George Lucas.
Okay.
Okay.
At,
George Lucas.
I don't know if he's got a Twitter.
He's got to have a Twitter. Come on.
But there's no verified symbol next to any of these. And I'm going to go with George Lucas would be verified.
Yeah. You
Is there anyone else we can tweet at who would know the answer to this?
At Star Wars?
At J.J.
Who's
Abrams.
the Disney exec in charge of Lucas now?
Let's do at Star Wars.
At Glenn Danzig.
He might show up here and beat the shit out of us.
Danzig's got a covers album coming out.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
He
And
does
also,
Elvis. He does Sinatra.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
So he's trying to be Bob Dylan?
I mean, Neil Young did it first, but...
I'm pretty sure Neil Young didn't invent the cover album.
Well, no, he did like a Sinatra-esque record, and then a couple months later, Dylan put one out, too.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Who's he covering here? Lee Hazelwood, Nancy Sinatra.
So not Frank. Nancy.
Working on a whole EP of Elvis covers, apparently.
Really? That's a good fit for him, I think.
He does Nancy Sinatra song, Some Velvet Morning.
For the record, JB and I both just looked at each other and were like, what the fuck?
We both just roll our eyes on Mike.
Did you give up on George Lucas?
Yeah, I did. I don't care. I was tuned out for that whole entire part.
Okay. Well,
I mean, hey,
Berto, you know what you should do? You should make the @Dorkside.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter account.
that's just confusing.
Yeah, because it won't have a Z on it.
No, it had a Z. The reason we have a Z on Twitter is because that Darkside Records PK was too long.
Ooh, and
And Darkside Records was taken.
Who has Darkside Records? Can we just harass them? Can we just take it?
We probably have to buy it.
No, let's just send him an email and be like,
Can we get Snowden on the line? Can he hack it for us? Julian Assange, perhaps? WikiLeaks, anybody?
We're talking about Star Wars, dude, not fucking current events.
Okay, I want to say something about Star Wars.
okay, go ahead.
I don't care, but I'll see the movie. I like the original 3 Star Wars. I've never seen the prequels that came out after the fact, but
Just don't.
that's what I kind of think. And everybody has anything good to say about them. I know Jar Jar Binks isn't for me, and
How do you know?
I've seen
You've
enough.
never, you got to try. You got to stick a tip in just a little
Okay,
bit.
no.
see if you
To
like
be
it.
fair, Jar Jar Binks isn't for anybody.
Just like there are no
Like
just the
scat
tip dips.
porn, it's not for anybody.
There are no, like what porn?
Scat. It's just
No,
not for
clearly
anybody.
the scat
No,
porn
no,
is for some
that's-
people. That's a thing.
definitely for people.
As
Yeah.
Kodesh used to say, that German Shiza porn, man.
Did we just out
Okay.
him on liking scat porn on the podcast?
I think he's moving in with a new lady. She should probably know.
That's true.
No, if he's moving in, she already knows. One way or the other.
Ah, Dorkside's Taken
Oh, bummer.
by Rebecca Benfield.
Fuck you.
She's following one person. She has 2 followers. She still has the egg picture.
Oh, bummer. Let's just take it from her. Just send her a message on Twitter and say, can we have this?
Okay, her last tweet was March 19th, 2009.
Ooh.
She says, if anyone sees this, I'd be surprised. See if you can see me go down the page. Woo.
Guess what, Rebecca? We saw it, and we're not happy.
Disappointed. I'm not following you.
How do you spell Shiza?
SCHEI
S-E-R?
SER.
I thought it was Z.
I think it's the S. I think the Z in German is it's the S.
Don't you have a phone in front of you? Couldn't you just answer this question very quickly?
I mean, I could, but then I'm Googling Shiza porn, and
You're not
goes on my
Shiza
permanent
porn.
record.
You're just Googling Shiza.
Well, I already sent the text. I told Kodesh we've mentioned him and his like of German Shiza porn on the Darkside podcast.
Oh, good.
when I Google it, it just brings up a lot of German websites that I'm so scared to click on.
Don't click. Do not click.
Do click.
Do not click.
Just pick number 3.
You don't.
Shiza.com. I'm doing it. Hold on, stand by. I can't read what it says.
You know,
All you
Google
need-
Translate?
Zur Holman
All you need is the pictures.
collection. This is what it leads with. Just a bearded man in a tank top. I don't know if this is what it. I thought
It's
it was.
German American apparel. That's what it is.
Basically, yeah.
Deutschland apparel.
Okay,
Imagine if we had a clothing brand that was called Shit.
It'd be really hip.
Yeah.
I'm going to open my Google Translate app and just
Shiza wear.
look for shit.
Shitwear.
Any new records anybody's excited about?
Good segue.
That's a good segue.
Shiza.
Stop making Siri say Shizer.
Okay, it is spelled SCHEI, that weird squiggle B E.
New Clutch record is really good. Shiza.
I'm looking forward to the Dillinger Escape Plan represses that they're doing of Ironworks, Miss Machine, and Calculating Infinity, which I guess they're putting out for Record Store Day.
That we
Black
can't
Friday.
talk about yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've already announced it. They announced that they're doing like a silver version for the 25th relapse anniversary, and then they're doing like these really cool colored pressings.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
well, if they announce it, then we can talk about it.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's going to be. They say they're coming out on Black Friday. That's the official release date, and I don't know if there's going to be a official Black Friday pressing that's like a color or something. But I'm just either way, I'm stoked because I love those records and would love to have them. What's coming out?
I'm looking forward to the Twin Peaks reissue.
the actual Twin Peaks reissue.
Yeah,
as
the
per our
actual Twin
last
Peaks,
podcast?
not the fuck up from Record Store Day.
Right. Okay.
Been like a long time coming from Death Waltz, and they've been teasing it for like 2 years.
When's
Really?
that coming?
at some point in 2015. The date is still up in the air.
They've only got
Clock's ticking, bro.
It is ticking. Yeah, I mean they teased on Twitter one time they're like putting the jackets together and stuff. There's still been like no street date or sale announcements yet, but
Let me know when that comes in.
because they're doing Twin Peaks and Firewalk with Me. It's like a double release.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Let me know when that comes in.
I will indeed.
What's come out recently? Since we've done the last podcast, what's come out that we have liked or was really cool?
I really love the new Silverstone Pickups record. Mm-hmm. That's fucking awesome.
Dead Weather was really good.
Dead Weather was really good. Definitely the best Dead Weather record to date, and I like the previous Dead Weather records.
So it's the best out of 2.
Best out of 3.
Oh, okay.
There's Whorehound and was it self-titled? No,
it was something else. I really like the new Low album. That was a good one.
I was really excited about the Neurosis repressings that they did.
Mutoid Man, which you turned me on to. That was a great record.
Yeah.
The new Zombie album is good. The band Zombie by Steve Moore.
I saw them live. God, years and years ago. I saw them open for ISIS.
That was a pretty cool show.
And I didn't even know they were still a band. But I guess I thought when this record came out, it was like a greatest hits or something. But I didn't even know
the last one was like an
music.
anthology, which I think was like B-sides and outtakes, and then this one's a whole new studio album.
Cool.
I don't know if anybody's with me on this one, but the new Nathaniel Rateliff record, great soul vibe, awesome record.
Oh, you had that in the CD player for a while, right?
Yeah, it was a fucking good record. He's got a single out called "Son of a Bitch," which is really catchy.
Now you're messing with her.
That's not it.
No, that's not.
That's not the
That's
one.
not the one.
Sorry.
No.
What else? What else has come out that we've been excited
It's
about?
been so long. Like I'm
know.
trying to like remember back.
Yeah.
This is almost as hard as doing the fucking album of the year.
There's usually at least one record a week that I'm excited about.
And let's be real, we're going to have to do the albums of the year in the next
Yeah,
few
that's
weeks.
coming up.
I've been trying to
next
keep a
month.
running list.
I have a
and
list
I
on my
lost
phone.
track.
I'm probably missing some.
Yeah, I have no idea what mine is going to be for this year.
I've got a few.
I have no idea what my number one record of 2015 would be, for sure.
It's not over yet, dude. It could come out any time.
Yeah. Like, I've got ones that I know I liked a lot that came out, but I don't have anything that jumps out at me as the number one yet.
I've already got 10 on my list, so
Really?
and I'm like, I know I'm behind.
I'm adding one to my list that I forgot.
Ooh. You guys already have lists?
I've been keeping lists this year, so it wasn't as hard as it was last year.
Oh, shit. I just go to my Discogs, and I just look back at things released in 2015.
Okay, that's valid.
Because if I bought it, then I know I liked it.
Oh, the La Butcherettes album. The new one came out.
Oh yeah,
That was good. And actually a little less punky than some of the earlier stuff. Like, can you really feel Omar Rodriguez's
Omar's touch, yeah.
production?
Omar produced that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
he
that's
produced
cool.
the last couple.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And there's one really weird song that has like Iggy Pop doing this really creepy like old man vocal in the background. It's kind of bizarre.
Kind of like what he did for Black Sunshine by
Yeah.
White Zombie.
Yeah. But older and creepier because, he's older and creepier now.
He's just older, I think. He's the same level of creepy.
That's probably
Yeah.
true. Are you making your list as you speak, JB?
I'm just looking. I'm just browsing.
Okay.
new Coheed record is surprisingly good.
Ooh.
That took me a few listens to
Yeah,
get into.
I feel the same way actually. But I keep devising that I think it's me. It's me, not them. Like, I think that you have this expectation of when you loved Coheed so much, which for me was the In Keeping Secrets, Good Apollo era.
Yeah.
And it's obviously different. And I have to accept that I've grown up as well as Coheed has grown up. And then once you accept that, the album is pretty fucking good.
I remember the first few times I listened to it in the store. Like his voice. I'm like, I don't
His
know if
voice
I'm in the
sounds
mood
great.
for the high pitch.
Yeah.
And I've listened to it a couple times, and then randomly the other day, like it came on like right when I
Yeah,
opened.
it just clicked.
And I'm like, okay, I'm into it.
The problem is that sometimes it's hard to listen to a new record at the store.
It is.
Like,
yeah.
there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Work to do, phones.
It's so hard to try and ignore the customers while you're trying to listen to a record. Oh, man, I hate that.
Why is there no quiet time?
Shut up and take your purchase somewhere else. I'm listening to a record.
I actually kind of enjoy that. I like when I'm listening to a new album from a band. Something I like doing is I like giving it like a dedicated listen where I'm just listening to it really
Yeah,
intently.
me too.
And then I like doing one where it's in the background where I'm focusing on other things because I feel like other things like sort of come to light that you weren't because you're not so intensely focused on it that you hear sort of other things about it.
Plus, sometimes you get other people's input on it too. Like you'll start a conversation about what's going on. Like I sold 2 copies of the Clutch CD to one guy because it was playing when he came in the store.
Cool.
For me, new Sword record. Really fucking good.
I actually, the new Uncle Acid.
Yeah, I got to put that on my list.
That was good. And that was really, like, I'd listened to them before, but it either wasn't the right time or wasn't in the mood. Like, I couldn't get into them. But I put this one on, and I think it helped because I read, like, a Pitchfork review of it first about how it was, like, a concept album taken from some, like, crappy, like, horror novel, like Penny Dreadful novel or something. And I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. I got to listen to it.
A lot of people, for some reason, send me, my friends send me Bandcamp links to bands that they're like, hey, you might just like this. I just happened to listen to this. Here, you check it out. And I heard this one band from Australia that I liked so much that they have a pre-order for their upcoming LP, and they've only put out 2 songs from it. And I actually pre-ordered the LP because I liked it that much.
What's the band?
They're called Serious Beak, and they're from Australia.
Like a toucan compared to a sparrow.
Sure.
Hi, Charlotte. You cranker? Got a bit of a cranker sore?
So since the last podcast, you've had children.
No,
No,
they were
we had
involved in
children.
the podcast.
No, you had like zygotes. They were out, but they were.
What you mean to say is I had vegetables. Now I have children.
They were like
That's
cabbage.
true. Yeah, they were pretty boring in the beginning.
Now they walk and they talk and they
Scream.
They don't actually
scream.
walk yet. They
make-
always screamed.
They have turds,
ooh
Oh, no
not
more.
just mustard sauce.
milestone.
Like Charlotte here, she can get. This morning she had 2 patties, one in the front, one in the back.
Oh.
Oh, that's gross on many levels.
We're going to archive this recording, Charlotte, until you're older and on your first date.
I don't really believe in that, but I will.
I don't either.
I will fully endorse embarrassing.
You know what's weird about having daughters is like you kind of like meet people and you tell them somehow, however it comes up, you mention that you have daughters, and you're like, and people always say to you, "I'll enjoy it now. You're gonna have to get the shotgun later." I'm like,
It's really they're reinforcing the whole "boys will be boys" attitude,
Right.
Which is a bunch of fucking bullshit.
or that these. I guess it was the same thing you're saying, that these boys are so rabid that you can't trust them.
See, I take it completely differently. Not necessarily. I mean, that's probably what they were saying. But in my perspective, it'd be so much fun to fucking fuck with kids.
I mean, maybe that's
that's-
what
I would
That's a
get a lot
whole
of joy
other
from
thing,
that.
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily seriously intimidate the kid. But just to fuck with them?
I mean, I wouldn't load the gun.
Like I said, I am fully in, not for the intimidation, but for the pure embarrassment factor. I'm in. So
So, can you film it?
yeah,
I feel like it could be that scene in Patch Adams where like
I never saw Patch.
you never saw Patch Adams.
what the
That was a
fuck?
good
Oh,
movie.
man.
Robin Williams.
Do you not
Yeah.
like Robin Williams? What the fuck are you?
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
American?
Whoa.
Yeah, let's stop the boat right here.
Yeah.
Is you is or is you isn't on Robin Williams.
I just didn't see Patch Adams, man. I just don't like medical themed dramedies.
It was so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
Was it so good?
It was so
It was
good.
so good.
So there's this scene where he's going to school to be a doctor. That's the theme of the movie. Spoiler alert. And so,
Fuck.
I can't remember what happens, but like he's in charge of setting up before some big tour of the college, and he's doing his like gynecological round.
Oh, yeah.
And so all these doctors are walking through, and he has like these giant paper mache legs coming out of the
door to
gynecological
the
building, like
OBGYN building?
stirrups.
I don't get it.
Great film.
Okay.
He took a lot of stuffy old doctors and walked them into a vagina. Come on. Maybe Robin Williams isn't for you.
Look, this has nothing to do with me and Robin Williams. Okay.
He would call you sport right now.
You know what? He wouldn't cheer you up if you were sad. That's how much he wouldn't like you.
Wow.
That's harsh. I'm
a
sorry.
bold claim.
I
Wow,
apologize. That was
jeez.
rough.
Maybe JB's the reason Patch Adams' wife was murdered.
Wow. That's your second spoiler alert for
Yeah.
anyone else.
They weren't married.
They weren't? They were just
Were they
dating?
married?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Patch Adams.
Hey, get
saw
your
it-
Patch Adams facts.
I watched it
fucking
after he
straight,
died because
all
I
right?
like
Listen.
fucking binge watched some Robin Williams.
They call me Patch, okay?
No one calls you that.
Patches.
Old Patches Johnson here.
PJ.
All right. Well,
Oh, good.
so wrapping this thing up here.
Yeah.
It was good to see you guys again
You too.
for this podcast.
Because I haven't
thing.
seen
Because
you
we
since
haven't
April.
seen you since the last podcast. I mean, I did kind of crash your date.
No, we had a delightful three-way. Berto and I.
Gonna find my Jable's gonna hold him tight.
Watching Crimson Peak tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to see Crimson Peak with my lady, and we're sitting in the theater, and
Rubbing Dixon stones together makes Jenny ignite.
so inviting, sky rockets in flight, Crimson Peak delight.
Whoop.
Cutting this whole thing out. This is so stupid.
Come on, this is for Jenny.
Yeah, and so we went to see Crimson Peak, and of all things that happened, right
I
as the
wanted
fucking
it.
movie's about to start, fucking Berto walks in.
True story, yeah.
Sat down right in between us. I don't know why we had an open seat between us at the time.
Sat down and just reached out and
Got an
grabbed two
awkward
thighs.
He had one hand on each of our legs.
Sell your horse at crimsonpeak.com.
That's the name of his next
Female
horse.
horses only.
Confusing. If anything, I would name a horse with a red rocket, Crimson.
Do horses get red rockets, Berto?
No.
All right, this is
They're
going to
not-
be really ignorant, but do horses have periods?
I don't know.
Come on, you fucking...
I've never owned a mare. I don't know. I don't think so.
If you're going
Like dogs don't have periods.
if you're going to sell,
Dogs do have periods.
if you're going to
Boom.
sell a
Until you
female
spay them.
Oh, okay, maybe.
a female horse in France, would it be lamare.com?
No.
Les mare.
No, la is the feminine, lay is the male.
Oh.
I took French, fucker.
Sorry, you froggy motherfucker. Yes, it would be La Mer.
Thank you.
And no, they don't have red rockets. It's not red. They just have dicks.
So, all right, so...
We've covered a lot of things tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to call it for this podcast. So we will be back in a few weeks with our Black Friday podcast, and which may or may not be recorded live in the new store.
Stay tuned to all our social media and websites for info on the new store, updates, and dates in general.
And our grand opening celebration.
Indeed.
Good news, guys. Obi-Wan Jabroni just liked our photo of the green walls.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
See, everything came full circle. We talked about Star Wars.
We did talk about Star Wars, and yeah, you and I need to have a sit down about your theory because I'm curious.
We're wrapping this up now. So please follow us on Twitter. Send in your comments. We'd love to know what you think. If you want to send us what you're excited about before our podcast, we'll talk about it on the air. If you want to talk about your top 10 list before we even get to that, we'll gladly also talk about that on the air.
Also, if you want to explain to us things you've learned from porn, hashtag Darkside Porncast.
Or Darkside Podcast for anything else.
Yes.
Or if you have any questions for the Unholy Trio.
Is that us?
I think that was implied. Yeah.
Is that a new name? Or
I don't know. I just okay.
workshop
You know
it?
what? I improved. Fuck y'all if you don't like it.
Okay. So wait, before we go, really quick, you want to do a discount code?
Yeah, might as well. We've
We've
Yeah.
come this far. We
come
might
this
as well
far.
see
We might
this
as
thing
well.
through.
What
See
was it
through.
again?
Oh,
Aaron said it.
cottage cheese.
No, I thought it was
New
jelly. The jelly. The those drinks.
Orbits.
No, not the orbits. The shit. The pulpy things. Aloe jelly.
I like Orbits. It's like a throwback.
There you go. Orbits. Done. Not the gum. It has to be Orbits, not the gum.
Orbits, not the gum.
Specifically.
Make sure there's a non-audible comma in there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have a bottle of Orbits floating around that you want to bring in, please don't, because it's probably disgusting. And seek professional help. So on that note, I'm JB.
I'm JJ.
I'm Berto.
This is Darkside Podcast. Thanks.
See you soon.
Bye. The VJJ.
No, it
comes out of the
I,
I like that everything you kept medically accurate until we had to say the word vagina, and then you said vajayjay. This is why you failed bio in 7th grade.